Hello, today's lesson is from page 118 in your student book, and I have divided it up into two lessons. So today we will only be doing the multiplying and dividing numbers in scientific notation. The addition and subtraction were just a couple extra steps that I thought we would divide up, so that's okay. So you can just break it up into smaller parts. What steps do I take to multiply and divide using scientific notation? That will be plenty for your summary. So then I added a reminder that when multiplying, the order does not matter because of associative and commutative properties. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you had these two numbers in scientific notation that you wanted to multiply together, what I meant by the associative and commutative property is really all four are being multiplied together, so it doesn't matter how you regroup them according to associative. So you will always multiply first the factors that do not have an exponent, and then second you'll multiply the parts that do have the exponent, and you'll just leave that exponential number in your answer. So I did on the calculator 4.2 or 4 2/10 times 1 6/10 gave us 6 72/100 times 10, and then remember from in the past you add the exponents, 3 plus 4, so you'd have 6 72/100 times 10, and then your exponent would be to the 7th power, and that's your answer, and you would just leave it in that form. Next one had another extra step. Oh, I forgot to cover it up. That's all right. We'll keep going forward. 5 3/10 times 2 7/10. That on the calculator, you get 14 31/100 times 10, where you add the exponents, 5 plus 8. But here's the part that's very important. Notice that that's only 13. But there are two numbers to the left of the decimal place, and in scientific notation, you cannot leave it that way. So you move the decimal one more place to where it should go, but because you've added another place, you actually add one more to the exponent, and so your final answer is 1 and 0.431, sorry, I drew a blank, times 10 to the 14th power. All right, here's another one. 8 4/10 times 2 5/10. I did that part on the calculator. Oh, and it was a perfect even 21. Times 10, where you add the exponents, 2 plus 6. And so notice there are two places to the left of the decimal, and you only want one to the left, or to the left of the decimal. And so you need to add another number in the exponent to take that place of that one spot to move. And so you would have 2.1 times 10 to the 9th. So I gave you a little help here by saying if you need to move the decimal to the left for the correct scientific notation, then increase the value of the exponents. There we go. All right, now we're going to try to divide two numbers. And this time again, we're going to divide the first factors together and then divide the exponential numbers together. So I did in the calculator, and 1 58/100 divided by 75/100 is 2.1, or 2 1/10. And then remember, when you divide exponential numbers, you subtract the exponent. So it was 2.1 times 10, and then 7 minus 3 is 4. So you had 2.1 times 10 to the 4th. So as a summary, you first divide the first factors, Then you divide the exponential numbers by subtracting the exponent. All right, same thing again. First, we're going to divide the first factors. I did that on the calculator and had an answer of 69 hundredths. So move that. And then 6 minus 3 is 10 to the third. Oops. But then notice, you don't want 2 to the right of the decimal. You need at least 1 to the left of the decimal. So you'll have to move the decimal 1 to the right, which will change your answer. And so because you moved it 1 to the right, you're going to lower the exponent by 1. I hope that makes sense to you, that we can't leave it in scientific notation like this. And so because we're moving the decimal, think of it as, oh, that's 1 less place to move to get back to my original answer. And so it's just 10 squared. There we go. I'll try it this way. There we go. If you need to move the decimal to the right for correct scientific notation, decrease the value of the exponent. That you will definitely want in your notes because you will have problems like that in your homework. All right, so again, divide the first factors together. And I had 0.2375. But remember, you want at least 1 to the left of the decimal, so we are going to need to move it over 1 in our final answer. And then notice here, we have 6 take away a -3. So we're subtracting a -3. And remember, 2 negatives together make a positive. So you would think our final answer would be to the 9th. But because we still had to move it 1 more over for correct scientific notation, we only needed it to the 8th power, and I think I made a mistake. Let me pause and fix that. All right, I fixed that now, so that resembles times 10 to the 8th. Oh, and that was our final one. So any questions, save them for tomorrow. We'll practice where we have to move the decimal for the final answer. We'll practice those together first thing after correcting our homework. Have a great day.